It's me.
Well, the voice recognition is pretty cool. But wouldn't it make more sense that you say a specific word?
Another brutal week in Gotham, folks. A string of home invasions rippled through the city's already crime-infested East End. Apparently, the bandits are using stolen GCPD battering rams to force their way in, with breaking and entering incidents up 40% over last year. Remember to keep those front doors locked tonight. And we have breaking news tonight. 5 criminals are in custody this evening after a break-in at City Hall. But thanks to the efforts of the Batman, the stolen items were returned.
Not all of them. Let's see what she was really after.
Allegations that Dent may have actually been involved in the break-in. Talk about dirty politics. Does Hill's campaign really think these accusations...
Let's access the codex real quick.
Or will it be perceived as a desperate attempt from a flailing campaign to take down one of Gotham's
Oswald
most promising
Cobblepot.
young politicians?
So he's actually slender in this version.
We're now on day 3 of the factory fire that will not end.
Or maybe when he actually becomes the Penguin, he's gonna get all fat. He was a childhood friend. He was almost a stranger to me now. Just like me, his family fell apart here in Gotham. He went off to boarding school in England, and there our paths diverged. He seems to have fallen into a life of crime. The last 2 decades gave him a lengthy rap sheet and a strange nickname, the Penguin. And he was.
Was hanging off the side of the 4th Street Bridge sometime just before dawn, causing traffic to back up for miles as the cops cut him down.
Barbara Gordon's daughter. He's a good, by-the-books cop in a department that doesn't trust Batman. He was recently tapped to lead the Major Crimes Task Force, an impressive promotion. So he's doing something right. I think he could be a trustworthy and reliable source of info, but I'll need to cultivate that relationship. He's a family man, so he's not willing to take necessary risks on the street. That's fine. I'll take the risks.
The police don't have any suspects at the time.
Investigative journalist, Gotham Gazette. One of Gazette's most ambitious and competent reporters. I've read her stuff. Some of it can be a bit tabloid, but her passion for the truth is undeniable. She's been with the paper for a while, covered all kinds of beats. Someone like that has the kinds of access others would kill for. She might even hear more about what's going on in Gotham than I do. One day, I may need to find out what she knows.
Mayor Hill's Gotham Beautiful Act takes effect today.
Skyline Club owner, head of Falcone crime family. The worst kind of gangster, one who tries to mingle with high society. He seems to have his hands on everything, including smuggling, real estate, bribery, and fraud. I could haul him today, but he'd walk the next day. I could shut down one operation, but 2 would pop up in its place, like a hydra. His empire is vast and multi-layered. Finding hard, admissible evidence is required for a conviction. As if that would make any difference. This is Gotham City, remember? Does anything really matter?
Organized crime in the city, he vetoed it, killing Gotham's chance for a safer future. Maybe that's because
Dent calls upon the mayor's office to take a public stand against the wave of vigilante action sweeping the streets. Mayor Hill cannot expect the DA's office to prosecute cases on any criteria other than law, said Dent at a City Hall press conference. Dent has taken a firm stand against the vigilantism in Gotham, from the uptick in citizen-led shootings to consumed superhero Batman. Batman doesn't have powers. Dent is currently joining enjoying a surge in popularity with one of the lowest criminal backlog indexes in the state. His groundbreaking victims assistance program was a part of the platform that drove his most recent successful bid for re-election since becoming Gotham's youngest district attorney at age 26. I imagine Bruce is about the same age, right?
To take down one of Gotham's most promising young politicians.
And in other news,
Police Lieutenant tapped
now
to
on
lead
day 3 of
task
the
force.
factory fire that will not end. Crews have given up trying to combat
Gotham
the blaze
City
at the
Police
Otisburg
Commissioner Peter
Processing Center, owned by
Grogan,
Ace Chemical.
Grogan
Still no word on
appointed
who
Lieutenant
started the fire.
Jim Gordon
Whatever's
to lead a
burning
major
has
task
resisted
force
everything the fire
after
department
criminal
has thrown
chatter
at it. They're
in the
recommending
underworld
people avoid
recently
the area
increased to an
and
alarming
seek
degree.
immediate treatment if you
In a
happen
press
to breathe
conference
in
earlier
any of
today,
that tar black smoke.
Lieutenant Gordon insisted that we are aware of nefarious elements appearing and mobilizing en masse in our city. At present, they are unknown, but not unnoticed. We will find them. Gordon earned an honorable discharge from the USMC before joining the GCPD, and has quickly risen through the ranks. He has frequently stated that the Marine Corps made him the man he is today. Wayne Enterprises funds Arkham. The charitable arm of Wayne Enterprises, headed by Robert and Regina Zellerbach, has announced funding for a new mental health care facility to replace the outdated Arkham. For years, the asylum has made headlines for its inhumane approach to patient treatment and its violent, oftentimes deadly prisoner escapes. But soon that will no longer be the case. The Thomas and Martha Memorial Hospital, as it will be called, will offer a mixture of maximum security confinement with modern mental health care practices to truly heal those who are suffering. Ambitious plans are already underway to transfer current Arkham inmates as soon as construction completes and implement a critical program of rehabilitation and release.
Beautiful Act takes effect today, making it possible for landlords to evict tenants immediately and without cause. The new law was created in order to allow Gotham City's biggest property owners greater ability to modify and improve the city's aging buildings, some of which have been occupied by families for decades. So if you come home from work tonight and find all your stuff on the street, don't worry. It probably isn't anything you did wrong.
Nearly fell off a building for this.
Believe it. Now you can't even trust
Apparently so.
more on this after the break.
Mayor Hill says he's tough on crime, but since his election, violence in Gotham has skyrocketed. And when he was presented with legislation that would have dismantled organized crime in the city, he vetoed it, killing Gotham's chance for a safer future.
Maybe I should have chose
Why are
purple.
those so important?
Telltale's connections to some of Gotham's most notorious mafia.
Encrypted.
Wayne Manor has 7 bedrooms, 2 kitchens, a library, a gymnasium, a basketball court, and a movie theater. And yet I always find you here.
Alfred, why would I
in a
play
dark,
basketball?
damp cave. In front of a computer.
I'll leave as soon as I finish. People with regular jobs can do their work anywhere, but for me, this is my office.
I agree, it isn't normal work. Even worse, the best outcome is that no one ever finds out you've done it.
Yeah, well, good deeds usually go unnoticed.
Though not unappreciated. Did you find
I
out
hope
what
so.
that Catwoman tried to steal?
Well, in the process,
What are we looking at?
let me try a different angle. This is a map of the East Side shoreline. But it could mean any number of things. Money, weapons, drugs, everything flows through that port.
Maybe it's where Mayor Hill picks up his dry cleaning.
Can't make sense of it yet. There's still plenty of files to decrypt.
And in the meantime, I saved you what I could.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah, the same couldn't be said for the bar. I had to literally pry Mrs. Zellerback away. But you'll be pleased to hear everyone has left, including Mr. Falcone.
I don't like that
Before
guy.
the game switched from billiards to cutthroat. I'd recommend leaving the fistfights to your alter ego.
Yeah, thanks for the interruption.
And it wasn't for you, Bruce. I was worried I might drink all my good scotch. For the record, your father despised men like Falcone, thought they ruined Gotham's stellar reputation.
Back when it still had one?
It can again, Bruce. Though people like this Catwoman aren't helping. Is she new to town?
Never seen her before. Hopefully, she's just a tourist. I'll check the codex.
Is she on there now?
Found
Yeah.
her.
New criminal on the scene, tied to several recent break-ins. Effective and doesn't leave many clues behind. Currently, the GCPD has no leads. I wish I knew more. Thomas and Martha Wayne, deceased, founders of Wayne Enterprises. My parents. Dad was a physician, Mom was a philanthropist. They worked tirelessly to help the less fortunate, setting up numerous charities and expanding their vast resources to improve the city and its citizens. Murdered in an attempted robbery by a man known as Joe Chill, also deceased. Alfred Pennyworth, Wayne family butler. Faithful, patient, ever helpful Alfred. He's been a part of the family my whole life. He raised me when my parents were murdered and guided me when I thought I was lost. He's my butler, my confidant, and the most secret weapon in my arsenal. He will use a gun if he needs to. He complains frequently about my nightly activities, but he's still there to patch me up when I need it. We could all use it, Alfred, in our lives. Harvey Dent, District Attorney, mayoral candidate. New friend and best district attorneys Gotham City has seen in years. His political ambitions have always been as big as his ego, and now he's hoping to become mayor. He's got so many great ideas for how to save the city. I think he'll be good for Gotham. But I have to steer him down the right path to get him there. He's too easily swayed by anyone with power, regardless of their murky morality. That's not good. Hamilton Hill, HH. Exhibit A, what's going on wrong with the city. Hill should have been thrown out of office years ago, but he's got his hands wrapped around Gotham's government in a death grip. He's been suspected of numerous crimes, but there's never been enough to make any of it stick. He's rotten to the core, and one of these days, the city will realize it. Harvey's out there doing his best, and, hopefully, this upcoming election will be the end of Hill's corrupt administration. $10 million. This city is like a living creature. It's always growing, outward and upward. The people who live here are survivors. They have to be. And they deserve better than the corruption that infests this place. Established November 1921. Gotham City's only maximum security psychiatric hospital, for now. Outdated in every way. The building is falling apart. Equipment is antiquated, and the staff's methodology leaves much to be desired. When the Thomas and Martha Wayne Memorial Hospital opens, these patients will finally get the treatment they need. I wonder if he's going to have a codex on Amadeus Arkham. This was established way earlier. Multinational corporation founded by my ancestors, covering all manner of manufacturing and finance. I inherited a majority stake from my father, but I'm not involved in the day-to-day operations. However, the R&D resources have been helpful in pursuing my private interests. Really? That's interesting.
Not much to find, apparently.
Few burglaries, break-ins. Seems to lay pretty low.
You could learn a thing or two from her. You can't step outside without it ending up in the news lately. As Bruce or Batman.
I stay out of sight when I need to.
Define need to.
Well-
Whenever Harvey calls. The guy's exhausting.
Well, after the press conference tomorrow, I'll mark your calendar as exhausted then. The media isn't good for anyone's health. Yeah, I don't mean to beat a dead argument, but...
No one's gonna figure it out now. Trust me.
Miss Vale noticed your injuries, so did Mr. Dent. If they put it together with the incident at the mayor's office, it would undo all the long nights and close calls we've endured to get here. You're in the spotlight more than ever. You have to be careful.
You're right. I should have canceled the event.
I know how much pressure you're under. I don't mean to add to it.
It's okay. I know you're only looking out for me.
I'm gonna be nice to Alfred, of course.
Me, we can trade places some night, though I'm not partial to heights. Old men worry, that's all. It's our gift and our curse. One more worry for the list.
I thought I saw Oz. It's been, what, 20 years? Last time I saw him, we were in grade school.
Indeed, you two were thick as thieves. Oswald, however, took that role more literally than you.
Dishonorable discharge, illegal boxing matches, arms dealing, prison stints?
That's a criminal
What happened to you,
offense,
Oswald?
if I'm using the expression correctly.
Unfortunately, you are.
Oswald claimed he only wanted to catch up, but his behavior following his family's collapse is troubling. Why he's returning now, I haven't the faintest idea.
I think he just wants to reconnect. Criminal record or not, he's still an old friend.
A lot can change over the years. If I remember correctly, Oswald was fond of the old firecrackers in the toilet trick. I worry what he's graduated to. Even though you and young Master Cobblepot used to be close, I'd advise you to be cautious. But I know you can't abandon a good mystery until it's solved.
I'll be careful, Alfred.
When you see what's become of his park, I think you will.
Where are you, Oz?
He's in there, I think. I suppose this is going to become Iceberg Lounge at some point. You got a cold too, buddy? Since I'm playing as Batman, I better be thorough. Check everything. Need some change?
Thank you, sir.
Hey, no problem. I literally can't run out. Hopefully he really needed that and it wasn't just, begging as a cover-up. It must be autumn or winter. Or does it always get cold at night?
Great. There's the statue, but no Oz.
Yeah, he said he was running late, so... Oh boy. Hi. How are you doing this fine evening?
Beat it.
Okay. I guess he's not interested in small talk. Then again, who is? Small talk is kind of awkward. Looks like the graffiti disappeared.
Well, it isn't what it used to be.
I think if I look at the statue, then Oz is going to appear. So let's look at everything else first. There's no graffiti on that wall. Okay, we're done. Who's that? Your dad? Your grandpa?
Watch wallet cash. But
Oh.
this goes through you. Hey, you heard it, man. The hell are you waiting for? Huh? You want me to cut it out of you? End him!
Gentlemen!
Oz.
Keep walking, all right? This don't concern you, twerp!
You see, that's where you're mistaken. My old mate and I have some catching up to do. And you're ruining the moment! Come here! Think that'll do? Stay down! This used to be a nice place. Lowlifes like you don't belong.
That's what happens when you fuck with us.
This is my park! Mine! You hear that? Oh, hey, Bruce. You've got a little, Yeah,
You got a little...
good as new. Woo! That was a right little scrap, eh? Nothing kickstarts the system like a dash of adrenaline, eh?
Well, thanks for the backup.
I yanked you away from your bloody ivory tower, Bruce. Least I can do is make sure you don't get shanked.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you.
It's been what? 2 decades?
And you know what? I haven't been mugged once that entire time.
That wasn't why I brought you here, mate. Right now, I am trying to recognize the little Bruce I used to run around this place with. Back when it wasn't, you know, like this.
Right.
This park used to mean something. A place that was safe for kids, for families. People came from all over to visit. Oh, Mum and Dad, they put so much work in here.
Those were better days.
That they were. Yeah. Thought we'd grow up to be kings, I did. Both of us. This city chews right through people. Mum committed to Arkham. Dad ended it himself, he did. My family's fortune. There's nothing left, Bruce.
I know. Alfred told me.
It's funny, huh? Same place that ground my family to dust. Gave you the good life. Used to run in the same circles we did. Hobnobbing parties, round-the-world vacations, unlimited potential.
My parents are gone too, Oz.
I know, Bruce, I know. I'm sorry for it. But I had my own funerals to attend. Good to know you haven't changed, Bruce. You still care about something more than just yourself. Although, I was surprised to see Carmine Falcone at your party last night. Made himself right at home. That oily...
Falcone was an uninvited guest. That's it. never want to see his face again.
On that, we can agree in earnest. Falcone made a stack of cash and corpses a mile high, ruining families like mine. All he needs is a little push. And... it'd be a treat to watch him hit pavement. Sorry, mate. This reunion got a lot more grim than I planned. Things are gonna be on the upswing soon, though.
Could always use a dash of
The
grim.
revolution is knocking on Gotham's door, and I'm here to let it in. Which brings me to you, Bruce. You see, you throw a rock in any direction, you break a window that Wayne Enterprises owns. As the rich and powerful go, oh, you top Gotham's list. But when my revolution starts, we're gonna smash windows and cross off names all the way down. Like I said, it's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm not your enemy, Oz.
That remains to be seen, don't it? I've got great affection for you, Bruce. I really do. Which is why I'm warning you. When this whole thing starts, make sure you're on the right side.
But
Good seeing you, Bruce, but I got some rocks to collect. Cheers.
Oz, that's vandalism. Vandalism illegal. If you commit vandalism, I need to put you in jail. Oz never listens to people. That does look nice.
Mr. Wayne, over here, right here.
This way.
Bruce!
Good morning. Nice of you to drift by.
Good morning, everyone. Morning, Mr. Dent.
Hey, Bruce, you mind if we swap cars? I mean, mine isn't fast and the paint's rusting off, but boy, does she have charm. We didn't bring you all out here to discuss cars, honestly. Now, we're here about Arkham Asylum. Ever since it opened its doors, Arkham has been a breeding ground for the criminally insane. Its methods for rehabilitation, crude. Its security, lacking. And worse still, those who do get out, or God forbid escape, are even more dangerous than before they went in. Arkham Asylum is a cancer on Gotham. But today, with a sizable contribution from this man here, we break ground on a state-of-the-art mental health care facility. One that will improve the well-being of Gotham and its citizens for years to come. And Mr. Wayne has a few words he'd like to say. Bruce?
My parents loved Gotham. They invested their blood, sweat, and tears in this city. You know, when I was 9 years old, my parents took me to see a movie about a hero in a mask. It was a hero
Zorro.
who stood up to oppression and defended the people from injustice, no matter the cost. That night, my parents paid the ultimate cost defending me from a man who needed the kind of help this new facility will provide. With this facility and our next mayor, we change Gotham.
Today, on the anniversary of that fateful night, we dedicate this facility to Thomas and Martha Wayne and usher in a new era of healing for Gotham.
Sure, you all have plenty of questions about the new hospital, so let's open it up. You first, Miss Vale.
Thank you. With the opening of this new hospital, what does this mean for Arkham Asylum? What happens to the old building?
I have no idea. Leave it standing?
We leave the asylum standing as a reminder that we can do better. This time, we won't fail those who need us most.
I honestly just want to leave it standing because it looks cool.
You there.
Mr. Wayne, Julia Remark of the Tribune. My
Hi.
sources say you welcomed alleged mob boss Carmine Falcone into your home.
I certainly did not.
I don't make friends with gangsters. He was an unwelcome guest. That's all. Next question, please.
Please keep your questions on topic, people. We're here about the hospital, remember?
Read the text.
But Mr. Wayne, this morning the Globe received evidence of an offshore bank account managed by Carmine Falcone and your father, Thomas Wayne.
What exactly are you implying?
Transactions connected to organized crime going back years and continuing to this day. The paper trail ties your family directly to the mob. Care to comment?
I'm not going to say how dare you.
And did anyone else receive this evidence?
The Globe, the Gazette, we all did. Mr. Wayne, is all your money dirty?
Is the Wayne family legacy built on lies?
Did you know about this, Bruce?
How long has your family been dealing with Falcone?
Could the allegations be true?
What aren't you telling us?
Does the mob sign Wayne Enterprises paychecks?
My parents were entrepreneurs, philanthropists, not common criminals. That's absurd.
Mr. Wayne!
How long has your family been dealing with Falcone?
Could the allegations
Alfred
be
is calling
true?
me.
Did you know about this, Bruce?
What aren't you telling us?
I'm sorry about this, Bruce. I don't know where the hell it's coming from. Damage control's my territory. We'll talk later. Everyone, please, settle down. I'll be fielding your questions from here on out. Please, let's try to keep this civilized.
Bruce, I've been trying to reach you.
Sorry.
The police are inside the manor.